Hey guys, David Shoop here again from the Mission Freedom Program, and what we're going to hit right now is we're going to continue like we've been hitting on our series about absolute destruction of our symptoms, attacking them, and how to do that with the SUDS system. Okay, so we've gone through a lot of the basics, and now we're really going to dial this in. What I'm going to teach you today and in this video is how to know where you're at on the SUDS scale. Now remember, the SUDS scale is this distress scale from 0 to 10, okay? 0 is you got absolutely no symptoms whatsoever, you're feeling great, and a 10 is an extreme state of, maybe you're feeling extreme paranoia. You could have, panic attacks. I mean, this is like extreme stuff where you gotta involve your doctor, going to the hospital or just something to kind of really help yourself before you get like really off the deep end. Okay, so 0 to 10. Now we're gonna fill in the rest of the scale from 0 to 10. Now what I want you guys to do is I want you to make your own scales. Okay, so you can actually, when I using this, I had it on the wall 0 to 10, and I had a depressive symptom chart, and then I had an agitation system chart, or an activation. Okay, so the nervous system will either activate or it's going to depress. Okay, so symptoms are different, right? So you got to know where you're at on the scale, because then you can actually start to put in the strategies for each level of basically distress, okay? Either activation or depressive, based on what it is that you're experiencing, okay? So the ones on the charts, these are just low-level agitation, low-level stuff, okay? So you're just feeling some slight, maybe very slight agitation or depressive symptoms, okay? So, maybe a little bit of worry or, that kind of thing, okay? So those are your ones, all right? Something to take notice of, you can easily crush a 1, okay? Now, 2, you're going to start to notice a little bit more tension in your body. Maybe on the depressive side, you're starting to feel some slight sadness or lower motivation, all right? So that's, again, this is where it's curving itself down, all right? 3, now you're at mild anxiety, okay? You have mild anxiety, chest, maybe you're feeling some tightness, or on the depressive side, your mood is now pretty well basically declined. You have some mild disengagement, okay? So you definitely don't want to get things past the 3, but then when you get to a 4 on the activation side, now you're looking at, some pretty noticeable hypervigilance. You're restless now, you're kind of scanning. You maybe have difficulty in settling into even sitting down or things like that. And then on the depressive side, now there's some good amount of withdrawal here, emotional flatness, okay? So that's the 4. Now 5 is smack dab in the middle of the scale. You got some pretty decent anxiety now, okay? Elevated heart rate, intrusive thoughts are starting to race, and then on the depressive side, you got intermediate sadness, numbness, some hopelessness, okay? So we don't want to get to 5s, okay? Because once you start to get above a 5, now it's going to really affect you. Your thought processes are going to be shutting down. You're not able to really think, because now you're starting to get racing towards panic or much more significant depressive symptoms, okay? Because at a 6, you're at strong levels of distress now, okay? You got significant fear, hyperarousal, and agitation that is really coming after you. This is when you're going to be thinking like maybe someone's starting to get into the house, and these are things that you're thinking, not based in reality, okay? On the depressive side, you can have some pretty significant dissociation, isolation type behaviors. Your thinking is now really slowing down, okay? And then you get to a 7, these are higher levels of distress now. You're very tense, you're jumpy, you're panicky, right? And then on the depressive side, you're feeling very detached. You're losing a sense of presence, like you're starting to feel like a blanket pushing you down into the bed or couch or wherever, just kind of, you're really weighted now, okay? 8, this is intense anxiety, intense panic, okay? Dread, you're shaking, you're like full-blown panic symptoms. And on the depressive side, there's significant dissociation, despair, and emotional collapse, all right? So this is on the depressive side, the activation side. 9, we're talking severe panic, severe terror, uncontrollable shaking, overwhelming fear, and then on the depressive side, severe detachment, derealization, inability to to function, and 10 is the complete extreme of all these things. Intense panic. You could have psychotic or psychosis type symptoms, extreme paranoia, and the depressive side is an absolute basically shutdown, where you're completely dissociated from reality. You're just completely just really intense depression and that kind of stuff. So guys, now you have the complete scale from 0 to 10 on both sides. What I want you to do is make your scale with what symptoms there are for you. These are just examples for you guys. So now you have a complete scale from 0 to 10 on both activation and depressive side. And now that you can see where you're at in the scale, the next step is, of course, to put in the strategies that I'm going to give you guys so that now you know exactly what to do for exactly where you're at. Okay, so hopefully this has been helpful, guys. Share this with a veteran or combat vet that you know, whether they're hurting or not. This will be extremely useful for them. My name is David Shoup. Like I've said before, I'm a United States Marine combat vet, and my mission is to destroy PTSD, and I will not stop until that's done. Thank you so much. Take care.